There we go. Right, I'm recording. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good. Let me get rid of this really annoying pop-up. Otherwise, I'm giving Discord free advertising. Yes, so you're... I think everything's working. I'm just double checking. I always hate this. I used to do podcasts over like software, like, you know, Zoom equivalent software. And I many times, amount of episodes that I've recorded that were like an hour long, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, there was a setting that wasn't working. So I've either recorded all the audio with no visuals or all the video with no audio. So
I always panic the same way. Like when I think I'm screen recording a ride or a race, I'm like, is it still screen recording? And then you don't want to like back out to have a look. I panic about that all the time.
Yeah. I've got pretty good with that now. I've done so many, and I've made all of the mistakes. I'm pretty good with that now. But OBS, what do you use? OBS?
What's that? No, I just use QuickTime on my Mac. I do everything on my Mac. So
do you screen record on your Mac?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I need to introduce you to the world of OBS. You definitely need to get OBS. It's really good.
Everything I have up until recently, my tripod was my daughter's high chair. Like everything I have is very set up, like very ghetto. So yeah, I just use Zwift on my Mac, and then I just use QuickTime to screen record. The only annoying thing is it screen records at 60 FPS. So then when I'm doing the filming on my DJI, I have to change that to 60 FPS to like make sure it syncs up. Because if they're not the same, it's impossible to get them like synced up properly. So I've done that mistake before already.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've been there, but yeah, it's great when you get into Zwift because you do the whole pain cave. Everything's all just makeshift, and there's something quite cool about that. It's like the Apollo Creed in Rocky 3, where he takes him back to his old spit and sawdust gym. So there's something pretty cool about that. But yeah, I need to introduce you to OBS. You definitely need to get into the world of it. It's a lot easier, and you can control everything you're doing, and you can play with it afterwards, and it gives you a lot more freedom. But yeah, screen recording on your Mac uses a lot of processing power, so there's more chances of things crashing.
Yeah, lots of power, but also just so much like storage as well. Like the file types are massive.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's not what we're doing today. No. How are you anyway? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I physically, I think I'm okay. According to my Garmin, my sleep has been atrocious, where I think my body's just been trying to recover hard from like the grade. And my body battery, 10 in the morning, and my body battery is 37. So it's not, apparently I'm not in great shape, but I feel okay.
Yeah.
And, mentally, I'm good. I'm excited, and I'm really looking forward to it in a very like nervous trepidation kind of way.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, look, you've done 6 races already. Is it 6 you've done?
Yeah, 6. So this is number 7.
Yeah, so you're an expert now. You're a veteran. So this is going to be easy.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm still piecing it all together. The whole racecraft thing is bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I'm no expert. I'm going to be honest. I've done loads of races now. I can't remember how many I've done, but I've done absolutely, I've done hundreds of races, and I've made all the mistakes under the sun. So I'm just going to share with you throughout the race the things that I've learned are the ways to do things that have helped me. And the good thing about me is that because I'm really heavy, and initially in the early days, I mean, I'm hardly fast now, but I was really slow before, so I had to learn tricks and tips to be able to do to kind of give me an advantage over other people that were lighter and faster than me. And people think with Zwift that it's all about smash and grab. It's all about just raw power. Whoever's got the highest watts will win. And if you look at the leaderboard at the end of races, you'll see that the top 5, 9 times out of 10, don't always have the highest power. Sometimes it happens, but definitely, there'll be somebody in there. There'll be someone in the mix who has lower power, who's just raced it a little bit differently, who's conserved energy, who's attacked at the right points. So hopefully that's what we're going to do today. So this is me DSing you I've never DS'd anyone. I had a little practice run with a mate, about a year ago, and that went really well, but he was a really good racer. He didn't need a lot of DSing. He kind of knew what to do. He was just new to Zwift.
Mm.
at the time. And so I was just able to just go, yay, just keep doing what you're doing.
No, I love this. We're like guinea pigging each other, really. It's my 7th race, so I'm not exactly, I still don't feel like I know what I'm doing. And this is your first time DSing someone who is as beginner as me, really. So I think this is a great combination.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to this. So, a few tips before we get into the race. Join the
Yes.
pen 30 minutes early, because then it puts you
Yes.
right at the front of the pen. So there's a little tip. I don't know if you know this. When you join the pen, you can join it up to 30 minutes before the start of the race. And, I always used to think, what losers are in the pen 30 minutes before a race? They're pretty eager. But I realised quickly that it was because you were able to then leave. And then when you rejoin it, it puts you back at the front. So then if you're
Very cool.
it doesn't really make a difference if you're in a small pack, but if you're in a big race, and these Z series races, which we're doing today, we're doing the straight out of 25, which is the this week's or this month's Zwift series races. They tend to be quite busy. So if you get to the front, it means you haven't got to do silly watts just to catch up with everybody. So it's a small thing. It's a psychological thing off the line. And then the tactic throughout the race. So there's a few things. This race is the park loop. Oh man, I knew all this before I came on here. I knew this would happen. So the course is. Hang on, bear me 2 secs. I raced it yesterday, so yeah, here we go. I just wanted to make sure I got the name of it right, because I was about to call it the Park Perimeter Loop, but that's New York, which isn't
right.
It's not the same one. So this course is the Prospect Park Loop, which is pancake flat. It's only 149 meters of climbing, and it comes pretty much in one relatively short kicker. Within that kicker, there are 2 gradients, and when I say gradients, it will go from it being light orange to darker orange, and there's just 2 blocks, and they're not very long. They're only, they're probably only about 10 seconds. So on those blocks is where we really want to kick, because your advantage comes from your weight. Now, the problem is you're going to be racing, because this course is enticing for riders like me who are quite heavy. I'll look at this race and think, great, it's an opportunity for me just to coast on the downhills, because my weight will just drag me down. That's where you're going to feel the pain, because riders like me will do damage to lighter riders like you, because you're going to have to pedal furiously to just keep up with me coasting. So we don't want the riders doing that. So your plan our plan, this is in my head anyway. So
this is your plan.
This is my plan. On these kickers, we're going to go mental. Right? You're going to absolutely gun it up these kickers. You're going to hurt the heavy riders, because when I'm riding, I'm looking at these kickers thinking, please don't anyone attack this. I just want to ride up this no more than my maximum 5-minute power. I want to ride up, and I want to, ideally, I don't want to do anywhere near my maximum power. I want to get to the top, and then I can just relax for the flat section. And then hopefully the next time we reach the kicker, no one attacks. And, we just do that over and over for all the loops. So if someone like you was in the race with me, attacking the kicker every single time, I'll be like, I can't do this. Psychologically, I'm giving up. I'm going to let her go, and then you get to then recover on the descents. Whereas if you stay in the pack through every single lap, you're not going to get any recovery on the descents. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. No, that works. I got it.
And then hopefully by the last 3 laps, you've done so many attacks that everyone in the pack is then knackered, and they're not going to be powering it on. They're going to be wanting to relax and coast on the descents as well. So they're not going to be powering through. My tactic, if I was racing you, would be to hurt you on the flats and the descents.
Yeah.
So I'd be, keeping my high wattage so as you can't recover. So then when you get to the climb, you're going to be reluctant to do anything. You're just going to want to just hold, the position within the pack.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. So the first lap, we're going to stick with a pack, just so as you can learn it, because I think there is 4 laps of this. So lap number 1, you're going to stick with a pack so we can learn it, so I can show you where you're going to attack. And then lap 2, you're going to attack. Lap 3, you're going to attack. And then lap 4, hopefully you'll have either a breakaway group, or you've dropped enough off the group behind you that, you'll just be able to go for a sprint finish.
Oh gosh, sprints. That's the one, like flats and sprints is where I learned during the Unlock series that I'm utterly useless. I struggle so hard on flats. So this is going to be fun.
Well, this is the thing. It's because you're light.
I know. I need to put some more weight on. Don't worry, Christmas is coming up. I'm going to pile on the pounds.
but don't worry, because whereas you hate the flats and the descents, I absolutely dread hitting a climb as a heavy rider. I love climbing. I do out the Zwift all the time. But in a race, I have to do my threshold, maximum heart rate, just to sit with you doing, your zone 2. So,
oh no, I don't know.
Yeah, you'll be surprised.
I kind of just seem to like Zwift constantly in like my zone 4, zone 5. That's just where my heart rate goes immediately. Yeah. But I just sit in there.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's it is one of those situations where you've kind of got to work out what your strengths and weaknesses are. The thing is that you when I've watched your races, you race like, how can I put it? Like, it's not a criticism, but you race how everyone else races. And because the majority of people in your category are heavy, what you'll find is as you go up the ranks, which you will have happen to you because it happened to me as well. And if I can go up the ranks, anyone can, but you're a good racer, so you'll go up the ranks. As you go up the ranks, you'll realise that lighter riders race differently to the riders that are in your group. Because people are heavier, they don't want to go hard on the climbs, whereas that's your advantage. You don't have an advantage on the flats or the descents. The heavier riders do. Zwift gives heavier riders that advantage in the game. So you need to ride differently to how those around you are riding. That's where you'll come in. And, I'm saying to you, we're going to attack the climbs. Remember, the plan is that you then recover on the flats and the descents.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be gunning this the entire, how far is it? It's 22K. So you're not going to be gunning it for 22K. You're just going to be gunning it 4 times, 3 times maybe. The first lap will take it in our stride. If on the first lap you get there and they're not going crazy, you need to let me know how you're feeling. But if on the first lap you get to the climb's at the end of the lap. So when you get there, if you feel good and everyone else around you is all calm and, everyone's because what they're going to want to do, they're going to want to get to the sprint at the end. So everyone's just going to nobody's going to want to be on the front. They're all going to take, it's going to be constantly changing over at the front. You don't want to be anywhere near the front. And then by the time you reach the climb, if you're feeling good, maybe we go for an attack in the first one. It's only 4 laps. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm just thinking, and then looking at your Zwift power. So this was the thing that I said to you yesterday. You've got a 5-minute power of 2.86 watts per kg. That's your PR, your 5-minute power. Your 20-minute power is 2.73. Your 20-minute power is really good.
Oh, cool.
You've got a really good 20-minute power, which makes me think that your 5-minute power, which should be significantly higher than your 20-minute, because what you can hold for 20 minutes is going to be very different to what you can hold for 5 minutes. So your 5-minute isn't that much higher than your 20-minute, which makes me think that you've got a lot more in you. But that kind of makes me realise then that's why you're racing how heavier riders race. What you should be doing is getting your 20-minute power as low as possible. We want your 20-minute power as close to 2. We don't want it that close to 3.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I think because like a lot of the stuff I've learned about racing has come from comments on my YouTube videos, very much like community led. So like you say, I'm just kind of going with people's recommendations and suggestions. And, some of those might not actually be suitable for my style or my rider weight. So that does make a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm quite like excited now. I'm quite nervous, but I'm quite excited because definitely I noticed, I think it was like the third stage of the Unlocked is where it was kind of like a Scotland, like almost like crit race around the city before you went up the big climb. And that crit race around the city had like one really good punchy climb. And that was the time where I could always get ahead of everyone else on that short punchy city climb. Yeah. So that was really good. And that put me ahead when it came to the final big push.
Yeah, and exactly that. You're getting ahead on the climbs. That's where we need to use advantage. Yeah, your 20-minute power is properly impressive, but it's like ammunition. You've only got so much ammunition in your gun. So when you're in a war, which is what you are in a race, when you're in a war, you need to conserve that ammunition for when you need it. You don't want to be firing it into the sky for no reason. Which with a 2.73 watt per kg ride, if you're doing that, it means that you're letting the other riders around you dictate the pace, and you're just trying to play catch up the whole time. So what we want to do is we want them to expend their ammunition. We want them to expend their power, so as they're less likely to want to do the big watts on the flats. So if we attack the climb, the flats and then the descents, they're going to be in recovery mode because they've done all their energy just trying to keep up with you. Even though you're knackered, you're going to get to the top, and you're going to hate me for suggesting this, but that's how they're going to feel as well. So it means then you get to recover. And I'm thinking if you've got you've got yourself a decent 20-minute power, you've probably got good recovery there. But when you get to the sprint, because you've been doing that for 20 minutes, you haven't got a sprint in you.
No.
So we need to conserve that energy. So your 20-minute, you can do 164 watts for 20 minutes. 164 watts for 20 minutes, but your 5-minute is 172, which is interesting.
Oh, I see. So it's not that much higher, really.
No. So I think your 5-minute, and then the 1 minute is where we want to really go for it. So you can do 218 watts for 1 minute. So if you do 1 minute up the climb, which is not even it probably is about a 1 minute climb, maybe just below. Just try and get, maybe push 220, 230. If you start to fade, if you start to feel it, just let me know, and we can adjust the plan. But just remember, when you get to the top, recovery mode, you'll be fine. Okay. Your plan,
I got one question about climbs. So I never get out the saddle on a climb. I just kind of bear down through my legs. But in this case, because it's a short, punchy climb, would you recommend just like really hard gear and just get out the saddle and just try and, stand up? Is that like a good strategy? Because I don't know why. I never really do it. It's never really occurred to me to stand up.
I would say yes. I like standing. I get a lot more power, and it also uses different muscles as well. So when you stand, you're using muscles that you haven't, stretched out, and it means that when you sit back down, so it kind of gives you somewhere to go. You're not sitting there really, suffering. And it also, for me, it helps me reduce my heart rate when I stand out the saddle, but that's because I'm heavy. So I use my weight to fall on the pedals slowly at a low cadence, and it lets me reduce my heart rate. But it does burn my leg muscles doing that. So it's a bit of a catch-22, but I like to do it when I'm climbing. But it's taken me 2 years to learn how to do that. So I'm not sure whether this being the perfect time. What I would say, actually, give it a go we'll give it a go on the first climb.
Okay.
Remember, when we get to the climb, you'll see the elevation marker drop. I'll tell you when it's coming. When we get to the first climb, there's 2 blocks you'll see on the gradient elevation map that drops down. You know what I mean? The one that drops down.
Yeah.
There's 2 blocks. There's a dark orange block at the probably about 15% of into the climb, and then there's another dark orange, probably about 80% into the climb. Those are the 2 sections that you probably want to stand and push. You get more bang for your buck on a climb than you do on a flats or the descents. If you drop 300 watts on a flat section on the descent, it won't make any difference to your momentum. You might increase your speed by 1 or 2 kilometers per hour. On a climb, your gap, remember, the climb isn't about speed. Climb is about producing a gap, making a gap, and then making other people burn energy to catch you. As a lighter rider, if you're able to get a 2, 3, 4, 5 second gap on those behind you, it will make people panic. And then those riders, say, if I'm in the race with you, I have to do because I'm double your weight, I have to do double the watts just to close the gap. So if you're doing 300, I've got to do 600 watts just to close the gap by those few seconds. And that's just to catch you. So then by the time I've caught you, if I want to then attack you, I've got to do that again. Knackered. And I'm not going to do that. Exactly. I'm going to sit in your wake. So you have the advantage on the climbs, 100%. But those are the 2 sections. So to answer your question, I went off on a bit of a tangent there. But to answer your question, with the climbing, try it on the dark sections, because that's where you get more bang for your buck. I've never understood riders, even heavy riders. I've never understood people that relax, or not relax, but lower their wattage on climbs or steep, especially the steep sections, and they spin. They go into a spin mode where they just sit there and spin, and that doesn't get you anywhere. You will get dropped by doing that. But yeah, that's where you'll get more bang for your buck. That's where you get more return on your energy expelled, and that's what racing is about. That's what Zwift is about. If everything's gonna be a sufferfest. It's just choosing where to do to put the power down to get something back in return. A lot of people put power down for no reason. It's why people talk about drafting. I'll talk to you about the drafting when we're in the race, because I'll tell you where to sit in the pack. But when you're drafting, you'll have rider number 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're sat behind in second place, if there's 30 people in the pack, which, looking at the race, there's about between 20 and 30 people that are going to join. If you're sat in second behind a rider who's in first place, that rider in first place is getting 0 draft. You're getting about 10%. So if that rider in first place is doing 200 watts, you only have to do 190 to do exactly the same speed as them. But that's 10%. If you're in third place, so you've got 2 riders in front of you, that increases to 20%. If you're in fourth place, that increases to 30%. Which I think is the maximum. So if the riders in front of you are doing 200, 190, 180, you only have to do 170, and you're still doing the same speed as the rider in the front. And this is about return on investment. You're doing 170, the rider doing 200 is going to burn more energy over a longer period, so they're going to end up getting to the end tireder, regardless of their FTP. They haven't spent as much energy as you. They've burnt more energy than you. You haven't spent as much as them. Anyway, that's kind of how drafting works. So it goes back. But once you reach 4th and 5th, it doesn't make any difference where you are in the pack behind that. So you don't, it doesn't keep going up until you're doing 0 watts. But what you want to be is further back, because as it rotates, very rarely does it stay like a team time trial. Am I boring you? I'm going off on a...
No.
I'm going off on a Zwift. My family at this point glass over when I start talking about Zwift. But when you go back through in the pack, as people rotate at the front, it's like a team time trial. So, and very rarely do they stay the same people, because inevitably they get knackered at the front, unless you have a lunatic who thinks he's, God's gift to Zwift. Let them crack on. If you've got some absolute, tool off the front doing, 3 watts per kg the entire time, good luck to them. Let them crack on, because they're making your life so much more easier. That's what you want. You want somebody doing that, because then when it comes to attacking, you've got someone you can draft off as well. And hopefully, when you attack, someone else comes with you, 2 or 3 people come with you. When you get to the top, you can then sit in their draft and then recover in their draft. Because the only downside to attacking is when you reach the top and come off the power, which you mustn't come off until it says 0. So when you attack, just look at the gradient on the top right. If it says 1%, because I do this it used to be... Going. Yeah, I used to do this. I'm talking from experience. I used to do this all the time. I used to attack a climb thinking I'm mustard, get to the top, realise I've sat down when it says 1-2%. And I think because the graphics make it look like you've crested, and you haven't. You've got to keep going for another 10 seconds. As soon as it hits 0. But when you sit down, try and keep the power on just for a little bit longer, just until your avatar picks up a bit of speed. And then once you've got a bit of speed going, then just reduce the watts down. But I'll talk you through it. But we're going to try and dangle off the back, and we're not going to let it get a gap. So if I say put some power down, I don't mean sprint. I just mean increase your watts by about 10, 20, just to close the gap to get back to the pack.
Okay.
It's a lot of information.
I'm nervous. I actually have like butterflies.
Yeah, no, this is fun. This is what racing's all about, and hopefully at the very least you come out of this with a little bit more information than you going into it. You learn a little bit more about race dynamics. 100%.
Yeah, because this is kind of like a one-to-one tutoring, really. So it's like you're able to give me loads of tips and tricks and information that's actually based on me as a rider, and what you've seen me do, and what my power outputs are, the fact that I'm a lighter rider. So no matter like what the result is, I'm going to come away knowing a lot more about myself and like what I need to do going into races. So this is like just hugely beneficial for me, really.
Yeah, and it's great for me as well, because it means I get to make a video, because I've been wanting to make a DSing video, but I didn't know if I was good enough to be able to DS someone. I'll be honest with you, I do feel like a bit of a fraud telling someone else how to race. When I'm in a place where I'm kind of coming back from injury as well myself. But I've been there. I joined Zwift 2 years ago. I kind of know the pain of suffering through your first few races and the mistakes I made. Oh my goodness. The first like 3 or 4 races, I was on a TT bike, Jessica. I was riding, a TT bike gets no draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm right. These were the mistakes. At least you haven't done these sort of things. I'm riding along thinking I'm doing I've watched all these videos, people saying about drafting. I'm on a bike that doesn't get draft. So yeah, but anyway, it's going to be fun.
It will be.
Yeah. Are you going to make a video?
Yeah, I'm going to record everything as I usually would, and then I just figured I'll see how it pans out. Or like I said, like we could just do a collaboration, like on if you want to host it, and I'll collaborate with you on your channel. And if you wanted me to do any like retrospective piece to camera or something like that, I can send you over whatever you need. Or if you want to have my footage as well, like that's absolutely fine. I think I think it just depends on the outcome of this.
I think don't put yourself under any pressure. When I said to my missus last night, I was telling her that I'm doing this with you, and then she said 2 things to me. She went go easy on her, because she knows what I'm like, because I'm all for pushing yourself until I've got this thing in my head, which is it's only 30 minutes of pain. Even if you blow up, it doesn't matter. You don't go into it. I don't understand people that go into racing. I'm not saying this is about you, by the way, but I get advice on my videos all the time about, it doesn't matter if you get dropped off of the start line, you just try your best. I get try your best 100%, but don't go into the race expecting to be dropped. Always go in, and if you blow up and then get dropped, at least you've tried. Whereas I think some people sometimes go into races and think, I can't do that, and then don't even try.
Like for me, if I come out of a race or an event or anything, and I've like really, if I can comfortably say I literally gave it everything I had that day, and whether my legs blew up or whether it was cardio or whether my brain just wasn't in it, if I can just say I actually genuinely gave it a good go, I don't really care like what the result is. I just feel happy in myself that I did my best. So it's like when I did the grade the other day, like I didn't have any target or goal in mind. It was really just to like get up it, not bonk, and just survive. It. And it's like my heart rate, I think maxed out at 193. I was like, okay, I know I put in a lot of effort into that, so I'm really happy with it, like regardless of what the number was. And I think the same with racing. It's like if I can give it everything, even if I came like last, at least I gave it everything. And I tried my best.
That's exactly it. And that's what I was saying to my missus last night. This isn't about you coming first. I said to her last night, I've made the mistake of saying to Jessica that, we're going to win this. And I thought to myself after, I shouldn't have said that, because that puts pressure on you. But at the end of the day, if we've got an opportunity there, let's go for it. If you're on the last lap and you're still with this group, let's attack that climb, because the finish line is only, I think, 300, 400 meters off the top of the climb. You've got loads of power ups here. Unfortunately, none of them are feathers, but that doesn't matter. We're going to do this. But as you say, this is about just, both of us taking some learning curve.
It's cool. And I think like I always say, like whether it's good or bad experience, like you're always going to come away with new learnings from anything. So I think this will be really good fun. During the actual race, what do you need? I don't know what you can see through the viewer, but what do you need me to communicate with you? Like what power ups I get, or do you need to know like my heart rate or gears, or like what do you need to know from me?
I can see your heart rate. I can see your cadence, and I can see distance. I can see obviously the map. I can see everything you see. So your avatar, I can see everything you see, but I can change. I can change direction. I can change camera angles. I can see behind you. I can see everything. So you haven't got to worry about any of that. I can't see power ups. So when you get a power up, just shout me.
I'll let you know.
But but I don't want you talking in the race.
I won't be able to.
No, don't feel the need to. You know, I'm notorious. I've had a few people DS me, and I felt the need to constantly say thank you and I appreciate that, or give them information back, and they were like, just shut up, man, you're using energy. So yeah, don't worry about that. But I sent you the picture of what I can see anyway. But it's I just need to know the power ups you get, and if you're at the point where you're about to blow up and have to stop pedaling, tell me that before you do the next thing that I ask you to do, because I'll change what we're doing. I don't want you to, if we need a recovery lap, we'll have a recovery lap. If you get dropped, listen, it's not the end of the race. There'll be people behind you that we can use. And when I did this race, this course was on the last month's season as well, because it's a new course. And when I did it, I got dropped on the second lap, and it was 6 laps on the last course I did. This one's 4, I think. I got dropped, and then I caught the group on the last lap because I was able to attack the climb and they weren't. So I was able to catch them. So, don't give up, get the people behind you, get some recovery in. And then if we've got enough time, we'll try and recover it. But it's not the end of the world if you end up getting dropped. So don't feel obligated to blow up doing it. I'd rather you finish the race than not be able to pedal.
Yeah, no, totally.
But watching your races, I think you'll be absolutely fine. I don't think you have anything to worry about here.
Yeah, it's just racing. As soon as someone says like, "Oh, racing," it's like immediately I just get really nervous. My hands just get really dead sweaty.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's good though. It's good. It's a good thing to happen. It keeps it all fresh, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's like I said to you yesterday. It's kind of like I love it just as much as I hate it at the same time. It's a very strange relationship with racing.
Yeah, the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. The more confidence you'll grow. And I will say to you, please enjoy these early ZRS groups, because when you go up the rankings, people become so much more strategic. And you end up having people do, some very clever things, which I think are great. I learned so many clever things off people. So I learned a really good tactic. We won't worry about it in today's race, but I learned a really good tactic off someone who did it to me. We got to the sprint. They sprinted like 800 meters before the finish line, like a long way out. And I've gone, I've got to go. So then I've attacked. They've immediately come off the power. I've got like a 1 second gap, and then they've just coasted me and then beat me in the last 300 meters. And I was like, that was really clever. And it was
That's
like the
really psychological. That is.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, fair play. And I've used that a few times since. It's just little things like that. But as you go up through the ranks, people attack, people do clever things, people sit in your draft and let you do all the work. It's enjoy this lower groups, because remember it's full of people. Psychologically, when you're looking at the avatars around you, I make the mistake of looking at them all thinking they're all Pagachas. They're all Pagachas and they're not. They all suffer like you do. They're all scared of what you're going to do. They're all worried about. They've all got their own little things in their head. Some of them have already given up before they've started. What I
wish is that Zwift would change the facial expression of the avatar to match what your heart rate is, so then you can see everyone else is suffering with you.
Yeah. That would be good, wouldn't it? If they started having like a glow, like they start off green and then it changed to amber and red. Yeah.
And you're just this red glowing beacon.
Yeah. You can I was considering doing it for your race. You can download a third-party app that shows everybody's energy levels and power and, when they attack, and it shows everything. It gives you all these stats. It's got a million different stats you can use. I have used it before. I was going to do it for this because I can overlay it on you and then see everyone around you and what they're doing. But I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to keep it simple. It can be too complicated. But yeah, this is going to be good. Right. We've got 25 minutes.
I just need to set up some bits, my camera and stuff. And,
go for it. Log in first, so as you're in the pen early.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, I'll do that.
Good
luck.
Right.
And then with the call, I might just join back into
Stay on this
channel.
Yeah, don't worry about the camera because you're probably going to need it for your recording. Just log in with your mic so as I can hear you. And then I'll do the same. I won't bother with camera. I'll just do it as mic.
Can you hear me okay as I am now?
This is perfect. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just, because I'm sat on my bike. So if I turn my fan on, I just want to make sure that you can still hear me okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's turn that on. Okay, so now my fan is on. How does that sound to you?
Oh, that's fine. There's no noise at all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because
Can't hear it.
I got a very strategic set of stands and stuff to try and make it work. So if you can't hear it, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. As long as you can hear me is the main thing.
Yeah. So I just got my AirPods in, so that's perfect for me. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna go get ready. I'll go log in and then I'll jump back onto the call soon.
Fantastic. Good luck. You're going to smash this.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate as well, like, you taking the time to help me. This is like just so kind. And I just feel like regardless of what the result is, I'm just going to take away so much.
Oh, yeah. Look, you're welcome. I've really enjoyed watching your videos, and I just thought, I'd offer to help. And, I can see it from both perspectives. As someone who's joined Zwift as a newbie, but also as a new YouTuber making Zwift videos, I could feel your pain with the amount of advice you were getting. And I know the advice you're getting as well. So I just thought, do you know what? Listen, I might give you advice that you may not like or may not even use, but at least it's a different perspective on it, and it gives you food for thought.
That's it. And your advice is, like I say, it's going to be a little bit more tailored towards me and not what people have been saying about themselves. So it's like this is just going to be like so much more useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I can use it as ammunition for when other people comment. I'll be like, no, sorry, Coach Ryan did not tell me that.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not going to listen to you.
Oh, yeah. I'll get a load of grief then. You'll direct them at me. Yeah, I'll get it.
I will.
Yeah.
100%. I've already referenced you in my grade video. I was like, no, Coach Ryan told me to sit down, and I sat down. And
yeah. Only because I get grief when I stand. I love standing on climbs. I would stand the whole way, but everyone goes, well, that's not an FTP test. It doesn't count.
Yeah,
because it's cheating.
Don't worry. I've referenced you as Coach Ryan with all your tips that you shared with me. So apart from the one where you were like, try and stay at 150 for the first half. No, I started at like 200 straight away. And I was like, oh, but I was like, but I feel really good here.
Yeah.
And then I didn't feel very good.
No. Listen, I can't even have a go at you about that, because that's exactly what I did. I did the grade earlier this week because I'm making an FTP video for myself, just as a baseline, how much power I've lost. And I did exactly that. I held 350 watts for 5 minutes and then blew up. So yeah, it happens. There you go.
It's hard not to when you're feeling so fresh.
Yeah. It's impossible. But we're going to take that freshness. We're going to get it all out of our systems, attack the climb, and then we're going to recover on the flats and descents, and you're going to feel great. And you're going to get to the end of this race, and you're going to be like, why didn't I do that sooner?
Yeah. Why didn't I know about this? Yeah. Exactly.
Use your strengths.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Let's do it. Right.
Cool.
I'll let you go.
I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Bye-bye.